All right, good morning, cyber traders. Welcome back on this lovely Wednesday. How's everybody doing this wonderful morning? Let me just get a little chat back and see if everybody can hear me okay. Good to see you. Good morning, Randy. Oops, got one of the mics off. Hold on. Make sure that mic is on. There we go. All right, good. Good to see you all. Everybody here on YouTube and Facebook, everybody's connected. All right, there you go. Thanks a lot. All right, guys. Well, welcome back for another new adventure here at Cyber Trade University. Looks like we're having a nice little exciting morning. Dow futures are down about 39. Looks like they're going to impeach the president again today. So I don't know how that's going to affect the market, but we're going to check it out and see if it's going to affect any certain stocks. So that should be pretty interesting. It looks like it's going to be, you're going into a very busy week right now. You got earnings announcements also coming out. A lot of banks are coming out with earnings. There's a couple of swing trading stocks that are doing great. I mean, my God, the FCell and the plug are just literally rocketing. It looks like now it was just a matter of time, but it looks like a lot of the blockchain stocks are starting to trend down now. We see them starting to take a little bit of hit. They're getting very, very, very volatile. These things were like a category 1. Now they're like category 4s and 5s. They're so damn volatile. But there are a couple of good stocks. I want to do a lesson. I want to teach everybody a very valuable lesson that I even screwed up yesterday that I want to share with you. And I want to show you exactly what that problem was. But before we do that, there are a couple of good stocks. Keep an eye on this WIMI. Had a really nice push, about 37%. There's not a lot in the watch list. I mean, we're not getting the 100% movers like we did, but the ACOR is obviously has got a decent push, up 73%. Got some nice iceberg orders right here. You could see on level 3 on the right-hand side, you got a nice 17,000 share seller right about 750 right there. And then you obviously got a couple of more down at the bottom. But overall, we got a couple of nice little moves right here. Now, I just want before we get into going through the watch list and go through the lesson, I basically just want to cover one of the big mistakes that I made yesterday. I want to share with you guys. All right, so listen, as you get more advanced and better at trading. Remember, I always tell you, all you're doing is just trading more shares. That's basically what you're doing. You're trading more shares and, because it's just a numbers game. But there are some stocks even that are very tight volumes and not really moving that fast. Even as a beginner, you could trade more shares. So there was one stock that really ticked me off that I want to bring up. And it was called Boyle. Okay. So Boyle yesterday, let me just bring up the chart right here. And let me show you what happened yesterday. So it was Boyle and it was Zoom. Okay. So I want to start off with Zoom. Zoom, I did really, really well in the morning. But you see right here on this chart right here, where you're seeing a lot of the, hold on, let me get my, I can see it right there. Okay. Probably should be able to see my mouse. So right there on that, right around 10, 11 o'clock, I trade several thousand shares. And, I was buying it at the good price. And then I was looking for the pop. You could see the stock was at 40 cents, went to $1 to $1.40. It's gapped up again this morning. And you could see from level 2, you got a nice tight spread. You could see here on the right-hand side, it's all algorithms. So I would basically make maybe 3-4 cents on a stock. And then it had a couple of pops. But then it backed off on me. And, when you're trading, 10, 20,000 shares, even at 10,000, every penny is $100. So if the stock moved, 3-4 pennies, that's $400-500. And remember the big thing that I taught you in phase 3. I want to repeat this again. If you do your journals properly and you look at selling it, on a limit order on the ECN, you're always going to make an extra 2-3 cents. So because if it goes against you, you got to force it on the bid. The only reason why you're selling it on the bid is because it's going down. That means you're losing some bids, and then boom, you're out. So sometimes it's not worth it to try to get a double or a triple. Sometimes it's better just getting on first base. You're better off getting more first bases than trying to hit doubles and triples and forget about home runs. So that's where I basically made a mistake on that. And, it actually, I ended up losing money on this stock because I was basically trying to trade too many shares. And then when it went against me, I was forcing out of it and it was tripping away. But what saved my butt yesterday was This one stock right here we traded. Which one was it? Where did she go? Oh, the Fubu. So that one obviously really took care of me. I know a lot of you guys were here in the afternoon, and this obviously was probably my best stock that I traded yesterday in the afternoon. She's going up higher again. She's gapped up this morning, but you could see right here, right around 3 o'clock, the stock was around $32, and it ran all the way to around 36. Great winner, great run up. Had a couple of shakes, about 50 cents. It was more in a category 3. She's gapped up again this morning at 39. So, I mean, like, the big thing you always have to remember is that when you're in a hole and you're down, you can't try to, you want to try to get back to even. You want to get out of the red and make it green. So I could have made more money on this stock, but because I was already negative yesterday and I just wanted to get positive, okay, I got positive. I just wanted to go to green, and then it's like basically restarting again. So it's just a tip of the day, just kind of tell everybody that, yes, I do lose money too, but I have to learn how to dig myself out, and most importantly, you have to learn when to shut the computer off too, because if you keep trying to double and triple down, that's how you dig yourself in a hole, and that's why a lot of people blow up their accounts. So, and remember, that's one of the biggest things we teach at CyberTrading University. Not how to make money, it's how to control losses. All right. And I always share my losses to kind of teach you guys so you guys don't do it. And that's part of being a computer. I dug myself out of it too yesterday, Norm. And you know what? Doesn't that and you know what? Now you got a clear head. You don't know that. I mean, listen, if you woke up this morning, did you imagine, Norman, if you still had that position, and then all of a sudden the thing opens down even lower, you're like, crap, what do I do now? And like, oh, now I got to hold it. Now a day trade becomes a swing trade. And then all of a sudden you hold it again and boom, it even goes even worse. So, listen, we've all been there. Randy, I know you've been there. You're just saying it in the room. I don't know anybody here on YouTube and Facebook Live have been there, but I just want to kind of touch upon that because once in a while I like to share some of the way you learn to trade is you learn from other people's losses. So you guys don't do that. All right, now let's go through the watch list. But I got Fubu back on here. I want you to keep a close eye on that stock. A little bit volatile. Now, this stock was a crazy stock. It was a fun stock. Went from 25 up to 65. Took a huge hit down, right back down to 25. It was a great swing trade. So if you got on it on Friday, you did pretty well. Yesterday was pretty good. It's going up pretty nicely right now. Fubu TV, I forgot what that is. I don't know if anybody can remember. I don't know if it's a Russian TV big station or something like that. I know it's pretty big. I don't know why I got crushed, but other than that, because it went up too fast, which we all know. But let's go through the watch list and start off with the A list, and then we'll go to the B list. But I want you to keep a close eye on ACOR. That stock obviously has got some really nice trends. She's testing the highs of the day, pre-market highs. Stock, if you remember, we traded it back in October. It ran from $5 up to about $10. It was a short squeeze. Stock already trades 5.7 million shares already in pre-market. It's not an algo stock. How do I know that? Just look at level 3, and you basically would know from there. WIMI, another one. It's kind of flat right now. It's not really moving. 11 million shares. This to me is an algo stock, meaning everyone's just basically making, just scalping it, and trading big block shares. So be very careful this one. It could be another similar like a Zoom and a Boyle. SNCA. Here's another one that was gapped up pretty nicely around 8:30. I don't know what happened. She had to really take off. She went from $1.30 to $1.90, and then she started backing off. I'm going to move this back on the B list, but she traded a lot of volume. She's up 25%. She got nice orders. I don't know if really it's an algo stock yet, but and by the way, you hear me keep saying algo. Those are algorithms. Just to repeat. And when you deal with algorithm, it's basically electronic trading. It's auto trading. People just have the computers set to just buying the bid, selling the offer, buying the bid, selling the offer. They're just scalping it and making spreads. So it's very, very difficult to do. I did it yesterday. I did well, but I got burnt a couple of times because I got greedy. What else that we got? We got GSAT that came up on my watch list. It's a little bit of penny stock. This goes on the B list. Fubo, we got that one on our list. That one's doing pretty damn well right now. Just be careful. If you traded yesterday with me, I know, Lita, you traded with me. I think she was on it. I don't know who else was in the afternoon that was trading me with the stock. But great gap up. She started to trend up. The stock right here is basically right around 40. You got resistance right around this 40. If it breaks this 40, the stock can go up to maybe 50, okay? Because looking at the trend of the stock, you got to remember it's orders that have traded there in the past that prevent from going higher. And when you look at these orders over here on the bid, it's got great iceberg orders. Right now, basically, you can see it right there, clear as day. You got a 11,000 share sellers sitting right now at 39.50. If that guy gets done, this thing is off to the races, which we're almost there. What else that we got there? We got also the GX. There's another one. I put it on the B list. It had a really big pop in pre-market. And then all of a sudden, after a little bit after 8:15, she started coming back down. Took a really big turn right there. But it was a great 8 o'clock mover. It's got beautiful Fausto flags, breaking higher highs. But then obviously started trending down. But she's holding really strong here. You could see there's some huge iceberg orders sitting right around 380 for 20,000, 376 for 22,000. So there's some big orders out there that are basically probably explain why it's holding here. So I want to see how this stock is going to do. Somebody on YouTube brought up IBIO. Nice stock. It's not a penny stock. It looks pretty decent. That one's not bad. I'll throw on a watch list. The stock, we did trade it back in August. It was a fun stock. It ran from $2 all the way to about $7. Maybe this is the run. I'll give you that one. That's not bad. I'm going to put it on my B list. Okay. IBIO. We trade IBIO many a times. And I always tell you, cyber traders, and for you that are on YouTube, Facebook Live, you'll know this too when you come join us. But you are going to be trading these stocks again. So the better you take notes on a stock that you specifically trade, and you don't have to go crazy. It will remind you like, oh yeah, we trade the stock. Go back to that date. Go back to your journal, look at the date that you traded, and look at the note that you wrote on it. And if you didn't write a note, shame on you, and do it again this time, okay? Hopefully that would teach you a lesson because you're going to see why you made money, why you lost money on that position. Was it too volatile? Did it have too many shakes? Was it an algo stock? Was it all high-frequency trades? Was it a dark pool that moved it? Who knows? But make sure you take those good notes. Norman just said, look up SOS, just pop. Yeah, decent stock. I like it. This thing has been all over the place, though. You can see it from $1.40 up to $4, down to $1.60. Be very careful on this stock. And I know you definitely took notes on this one because this one also is one big-ass roller coaster. All right? Anything else, cyber traders? Anything else? All right, so we got our list. Listen, I don't really think it's too much is going to happen. Let's see what happens, what they're going to do with this impeachment trial today. And then I don't know if that will affect the market. You got earnings coming at the end of the week. You're going into one of the busiest times of the year, going into the fourth quarter earnings. You got the inauguration coming in next week. So we'll see what the agenda is. That should obviously affect certain stocks. Some of them are going to get crushed. Some of them are going to rally. So that's always good for us as traders to know where we want to, put our money, where we want to trade, and where we need to get in. So, so let's keep a close eye on that. If you see something, you say something. Joan just says, just bring up the Mara. Yeah, I'll bring that up right now. Mara, like I said, it got crushed. It started to make a little bit of comeback. We all know these stocks, regarding about the news. I mean, I'm done with it. I mean, I got out, 2 days ago. I started jumping in some other ones, but Mara and Riot, all same thing. Riot's obviously holding pretty strong here, though. Okay. Is that what they're doing? They're adding additional share offering? Oh, that's terrible. That's horrible news. Horrible news. If you remember, we did that happened with us with BJ's. They did that with BJ's, and we own the stock, and they did more. Well, this is a bad chart right here. They did an offering, and it ran the stock right back down to 22, if you remember. Got to be careful of those secondary offerings. Institutional at 20. All right, well, that's where it's going, like it or not. All right, guys, let's get back to trading. If you're watching YouTube, Facebook Live, if you join us, we'll be back here at 2:30 again, talking about the afternoon meeting. If you want to come and join us, $9. Just click on the bottom, like us, and friend us, and we'll get you in. And don't forget, everybody, tomorrow is open house here at Cyber Trading Versus at 12 o'clock. So we'll see you all then. All right? Good luck, everyone. Happy trading. Be safe. And we'll start commentating in the Cyber Group room right when the market opens up.